Hello, hello. Welcome to Destination Unknown with Doreen podcast. Today's topic is relationship and dating in Arizona. I am Doreen. This is Hessed and Ariel and Navi. Do you guys want to introduce yourself and just talk about a little bit about yourself so that people can get to know who you are?
I'm Hessed Martinez. I do a little bit of fashion design. I also model here in Arizona, and that's pretty much it. Inspiring fashion designer.
Yeah.
Making a brand.
Oh, we
coming
can't wait.
this summer, hopefully.
We're looking forward to see his designs because I'm sure they're going to be amazing. Pressure. Ariel?
I am Ariel Owens. I am 27, been living in Arizona for the last 5 years now, I think. And I've been married to my husband, Devin, for the past 3 years. I'm a scientist and a model locally.
That's amazing. She's a scientist. So good.
A little bit of nerd status.
I love that.
My name is Navi. I am a model here in Arizona. Good to see you guys again.
I love that you incorporate the nerd and then the model together things because sometimes a lot of people don't incorporate those two together. They're stay away from each other. But I love the fact that you're doing both.
Yeah, I need it. Yeah, I wouldn't survive without working both sides of my brain for sure.
I love that. That's good.
You went to school for it?
Yeah, I just got my PhD 3 months ago in biochemistry.
Did I feel dumb right now?
Oh my gosh, no, definitely not. You're running your own
Did you drop
podcast.
out?
Look at you.
No, I did not.
Oh, I don't know. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, where'd you graduate with?
I went to school for paralegal studies.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanted to be a lawyer, but I was like, I didn't want to do it 8 years, so I was like, let me try something that's gonna benefit me towards law school. And I did it 2 years, and I was like, I'm good on that. I don't wanna. No, I'm good.
Did you go to school?
Yeah, I have a master's degree in
Oh my
occupational
God,
therapy.
everyone. I'm the only dropout. No, I'm not going to drop out. I'm still going, but
Yeah.
I haven't finished. But.
There's people who dropped out who make more money than people who went to
And
school.
there's plenty of people who I know who don't even practice their degrees. It's just,
like me.
Yeah.
Like,
Paper.
do you think
No.
I'm not gonna go to paralegal studies?
legit.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
So, but what is everybody's relationship status? Obviously, you've already mentioned that you're married.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm single.
I have a girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
About a year and 2 months.
You're 2 months.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, okay. What about you?
I'm also single.
How's the relationship and dating in Arizona have been for you guys?
It's been good. I mean,
You're native, right? You were born here.
I was born here. But my family's all from Mexico. My brother and sister were born in Mexico. I was the only one born here. But
Are you the youngest?
yeah.
Okay.
21. My brother's 25. My sister's 24. But I was raised a little bit in Mexico, so I kind of have that background too. But it's been good. I mean, I lived in Virginia for 2 years, so I had the college experience. And then when I came back, I started.
But when did you live in Virginia? Because I lived in Virginia too.
I lived in Virginia 2020. I think.
Oh, so I was already here.
Yeah, I was playing soccer over there, and then I met my girlfriend over here at ASU. I wasn't even going to ASU yet, but we just saw each other on social media. And
Oh, you guys met on social media?
oh yeah, I mean we know about each other.
That's cute.
We know about each other, and then we just started talking through Instagram.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's good. I love that.
I mean, it wasn't natural, but I mean.
Yeah, but I love that the fact that you guys start talking through social media because I've always wondered how that works out. Because me talking to people on social media literally just ends right there. It doesn't go any further than that. But obviously, I don't know why. But
No, but it's been it's been good. I mean now that I'm more mature, in my 21, I feel like from my past relationship, I've learned a lot from that. So taking it on to this one and living by myself over there in Virginia has helped me with this relationship as well, maturing a little bit. So
I think living by yourself is a huge benefit to any future relationship
Oh,
you
for
have.
sure,
It
yeah.
is
For sure,
such a developmental process as an individual that it helps you so much in your dating life. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It is.
because I feel like it's really good, beneficial to love and learn yourself before you put yourself in another relationship with someone else. Because if you don't get to know yourself and you don't love yourself, you're not gonna be able to fully thrive in a relationship and be there for the other partner. Because if you're not there for yourself, you can't be there for other people as well. So yeah.
Definitely.
no, but it does help. Yeah, because I took care of myself. Now I know how to take care of hers too. So I don't know. It's weird. You have responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So and she's a responsibility too. So it's you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is it hard to be to date in this, like being in the model industry?
Um,
Do people like try to like sabotage your relationship or like come at you?
I've never
No?
experienced that. To be
That's
honest.
good. I love that
Yeah.
because like that means like people are very respectful of your relationship. That's good.
I mean, people didn't know how to relationship, but I mean, I didn't have to tell anyone.
But
If
now we
people,
know,
if people
'cause
brought
it's
it
on
up,
your
if people
social
asked,
media.
and I would say I have a girlfriend, but I mean,
Yeah.
no one. I mean, I was kind of kept to myself in the beginning of Arizona Fashion Week or like every modeling, and then I mean, if people bring it up, then it gets brought up. But I don't really like say. I don't know. I don't know.
You haven't had someone like
Yeah.
touch a boundary or a line where they're like, maybe I should mention this. Like it hasn't come up.
No, it hasn't come up
where
to
you
like
feel
that.
like
But like I
threatened,
remember you like when we first met, we were just having a regular conversation, and you mentioned her though.
Yeah, if
And
it comes up in conversation when I need to bring it up, then
Yeah, which I appreciate that because like I feel like sometimes I meet guys who are in a relationship and they're
don't
just
make it
continuing to
known.
act like they're single instead of like
Mm.
mentioning or like putting respect into their like in their girlfriend's presence, even though she might not be there at that event. Like, but I appreciate the fact that you mentioned her, and then not only that, during the fashion week when we did that show like at the airport, he like brought her and introduced me to her, and I was like,
That's
oh my
sweet.
God.
That's
Because you
Like-
told her that you said that you wanted to meet her.
No,
so
and
was like,
I
all
did,
right.
and I did. No, because you had been talking about her, and I was like, and I saw pictures of her on social media. I was like, she's so beautiful. So like, and I felt like I already kind of knew a little bit about her because of through him. So of course I want to meet her because I was like, I want to meet this person that makes you
Sounds like he speaks so
that
highly
makes you
of her.
better, that makes you a better
Which you
human.
don't
So
hear
it's like
about.
for me, I'm like, I'm here for it. So I appreciate that.
I was gonna just
And
say
she's so beautiful.
real
Thank
quick
you.
that I do know of many guys here who have relationships and act like they don't, and they act single in public, and it's just kind of like, oh, whoa. So it's tough when you're single. You have to be extra cautious because you don't even know who's being truthful or not. So that's something that's I've noticed too.
But going back to your question, you asked if it's hard for the modeling. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're happy with your person, it's not really that hard. But if like you're on some like childish shit, then yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna be attracted to the models. I mean, they're beautiful people. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you already have your person. I mean, you have your person. So, no, it's not really that hard at all.
It's good. Good for you. Because I hear a lot of models who say like it's hard for me to be in a relationship and be around. But it's obviously I feel like it kind of comes from like if you're not happy in your relationship, that's the only reason why you would say something like that. Because if you're content with your person, there's no way you're gonna find it hard because you know who brings you happiness. I mean, not that you need a partner to bring you happiness, but you know who adds on to your happiness. So like you don't need to
Mhm.
venture out to someone else. So
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, if you haven't found your person, it's probably gonna be hard. But if you have, then it's like it's not gonna be that hard.
And I would say it's actually probably harder for like the significant other or
Oh,
in
yeah,
my
for
case
sure.
the spouse because like when we are in these situations when we're at castings or photo shoots or whatever we know where our actions are, we know like how we behave, and we also know how everyone else behaves around us. But I think like in the case of like a husband in my case or like your girlfriend, it might even be harder for them because they have to have that extra
Trust.
level of trust and confidence no matter how much they love you. They have to trust all these other people that you're around at all these events, and they're beautiful people, they're handsome people. Like,
Yeah.
not that that really matters, but it does add another factor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I would agree with you and totally that it's not really hard, I think, from a personal level, but it might be harder for like the other
the
person.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
true, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it hard for your husband to like accept that you're like doing this modeling stuff, or?
Not really.
Or-
I mean, he's been super supportive from the beginning. He knew before we met that I did some modeling back in Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and so when I wanted to kind of like re-enter that in Arizona, he's been super supportive. I do think in any relationship, like especially in marriage, there should be open conversations and like
Mm-hmm.
boundary setting, like what kind of photo shoots.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
okay
true.
to do these things with other male models or not? You know, just like other kind of like question mark conversations, that's maybe a gray area. But as long as that's always like an open dialogue, then I don't think there's ever really too many things that are insurmountable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, thankfully I have a super supportive spouse when it comes to modeling out here.
Yeah, that's true. Because I do notice that, like, when I started doing fitness modeling, I was like very much into like social media, and my social media started to blow up. And I'm not even talking about the ones that you guys know about, the one way before, like it was just solely fitness, and I was more like into growing my brand and the fitness modeling page into more like a global thing, not a local thing. And when my ex-husband started noticing in the attention I was getting, I started noticing that like he started to get jealous a little bit. And it's not, because for me I was like, I'm very loyal to him, so it's like I have no intentions of doing anything, but he would get kind of like mad about the comments that he would see guys putting on my thing. But I was just like, oh, it's okay, it's just like, it's just a way for me to get paid. Like, it has nothing, like, I don't care about these comments, I don't care about these men making comments. I'm so used to people always like trying to flirt with me or trying to like do things with me. Like, I'm very respectful towards our relationship, so I'm not gonna do anything. And I have to like obviously continue to communicate with him to make sure that I make him feel comfortable to know that I'm not doing anything behind your back. Like, and sometimes I would even show him like, look, these people are talking to me, but like I have no interest in them. Like, I'm happy here.
It's like part of the job.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make money, so that way like I don't have to be like just like a stay-at-home housewife and all those things. So that's what I was trying to do. And then once we talked about it, we came to an agreement, and then we just moved forward. And I feel like you're right. Like, communication is a key,
sure.
is a big key, like to like having a thriving relationship. Because like even if you make a mistake, right? I understand people are humans, like we're all humans. We make mistakes in a relationship, but like as long as you communicate to your person, you let them know like, hey, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Instead of having someone else come at the person and telling them, like, I think it's always better to hear from your
When it's coming from the
your
person
partner,
you're with.
yeah. Because to be honest, like, you know why you say like, yeah, we have to, your partner has to trust other people. No, your partner doesn't have to trust other people. He just have to trust you only. Because who cares about the other people? We're not reliable of other people's decision and things. Like, regardless, some guys are gonna hit on you even if they know you're married. Some guys don't really care. So it's really like, it's about you. How are you gonna react to it? How are you gonna move forward? So it's always like, it's never about the other person. It's always about the person you're in a relationship with, and holding yourself accountable to the things that you do, and knowing that people make mistakes, but it's okay. Like, conversation is the number one key to solving problems. And this is why we're here. We're conversating and hoping that we can inspire other people to do the same thing, even if they don't agree on certain topics of whatever, you know. Yeah.
I mean, it's also also bringing, like, if you bring your husband around, or I bring my girlfriend around to these events at Arizona Fashion, like to the clubs or whatever, it's like, I mean, if you constantly go like alone, it's a little weird sometimes.
That's true. It's like almost.
I mean,
It's like
if you're not bringing your
yeah.
significant other around, then it's like, is a little sus. But I mean, if you're involving them in it, it's like gonna bring a level of trust to them too. It's like, oh, like, you know.
Like an inside look of your life.
Yeah. So they can meet everyone around
Like
us.
the difference.
Yeah, so that way they can feel like they don't need to feel like
they're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Every time they're around.
I love to meet people and at like different events, and I've seen them at past events, and like one of the first questions they ask is like, where's your +1, or like, where's Devin at? And so it's awesome because not only like do I feel thought of in that moment, but then I know that Devin's thought of in that moment too. So it's really nice when people do that, especially a lot of the guys that Devin has met at some of the modeling events will like make a point of doing that, and I really appreciate it, and I get to go home and be like, so and so asked about you, and so and so asked me this, like, so it's cool.
And it makes me feel like it makes me feel respected. Not only that, it makes me feel like, oh wow, people do care about me as well.
Yeah.
It's not just about Ariel, even though it's about you, but it's like they do welcome him as well.
Yeah, it's not like Ariel the model, it's like Ariel the person.
Exactly. And to be honest, I love when you have guy friends who are like, who include your men as well, who don't want to be catty, who like see another man, like you might bring a, like, obviously because he's not in the industry, but they welcome him and they're very nice to him, or like sometimes they can be catty and just want to make him jealous. I'm like, why? But it's good to see that they're asking about him. So I love that.
Yeah, but this whole podcast, you said that it was about like relationships in Arizona. Do you think it's just in Arizona that like relationships don't last, or I think it's everywhere?
To be honest, I hear this kind of
I think it's
universal
everywhere.
issue with women, especially because I see it on TikTok, and I come across a lot of like things where women are just like so fed up by men and their actions, and it's in New York and it's in this and it's that.
Yeah.
I just feel like overall the dating culture has changed tremendously with social media.
Oh, for
Some
sure.
people aren't affected, but a lot are, because now you just feel like there's so many options at your fingertips, and especially if you're single. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's like this part of a guy I like, and then this part of a guy I like, but I'm not gonna go date all these men. But it depends. That's just the way the situation is nowadays. But I think with the amount of options out there and the dating apps, and it kind of gets overwhelming, and you kind of get overloaded, and you just kind of want a little bit from everybody. But it ends up hurting so many people in the process.
Well, people talk with one person, they see one bad thing, and they go to the next.
Yeah.
And then, people don't want to struggle with their partner anymore.
Exactly,
It's like,
they
let
wanna-
me go to the next one. Like, you'll probably be better. I mean, vice
Because
versa.
everybody thinks that the grass is greener on the other side, but literally, sometimes it really is not. It's just like you're just infatuated with what this
The
person,
looks,
how
yeah.
this person's presenting themselves on social media, and that's all. But until you get to know them, you don't really know. Because I can present myself as like the most sweetest, angelic person on social media, and it could be the devil, but it doesn't matter. So it's like people are always like, they always want the next thing. Like they're never content. But it's just like in life, once you go and you design your clothes right and it becomes a success, you're not gonna be content with that. You're gonna want more. It's the same thing. It's like they might find a good woman, but then they might see something else and like, oh my god. They might see gold, like something that looks even better, and they might think that that's better. They want to reach at it instead of just sticking around with what you have already. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like people just need to be patient and humble themselves. And I feel like everybody's so irreplaceable.
I feel like this generation, not everybody, but a lot more don't want to do the work. Like Hessed said, right?
Yeah, it's not like the way it used to be like back then.
Yeah.
Like the way my parents are, like they worked hard. But also social media plays like they didn't have social media back then.
That's
Well,
very
you
true.
don't have like instant like
Gratification.
access to that. I mean, like if my dad never saw my mom again, what are they gonna like write a note? Like I say, they didn't even have phones. Like
I know.
It's different. Like it was just that one person. It's like they weren't as quick to like see a bunch of women and like see
Exactly,
a bunch of guys.
yeah.
It's just like your town and like who you got and like I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like it's not as reachable. Like he met my mom, he stuck with my mom. You know,
Yeah,
it's like-
exactly.
It's kind of funny because when I date some guys, they just see my social media and then they meet me in person. Like, it's so funny what they expect. I'm like, oh, how am I supposed to just stick by this like one social media character? Like, yeah, they're surprised that I have like a personality. Like,
Yeah. A lot of guys think that a lot of people think that I'm stuck up at first when they first meet me, and then they get to know me like, wow, you're actually like so humble and hilarious and funny.
So it's like they almost put us on a pedestal. Like,
Why are you laughing? Because you don't think.
until the next
No, I was just saying to her how it's a backhanded compliment. It's like they're nice things that they're saying, but like because they had this low impression of you based on what, like a few pictures and some
Right?
captions,
Yeah.
like that's so silly. I mean, do you guys? You don't have to answer, especially if you don't want to. But do you see a similar sort of dynamic when you use like dating apps? Because it's kind of like a social media thing, except it's condensed down just to like market yourself for dating, right?
Oh, absolutely. I got so tired of them on my story. I deleted them all. I'm like sick of it. But essentially, it's kind of like you're putting yourself out there. And, the first thing they're going to do is judge you on your looks before anything else. So already you're swiping right or left just based on the superficial. How is that going to get to something deeper, in my opinion?
Like, how are you gonna get to know me?
Yeah,
That's what-
based
are you guys
on
talking about
your
the dating
appearance.
apps?
Yeah, because you swipe right or left just on looks. That's literally it. And obviously you're going to be attracted to like the person you're attracted to look wise. But I just feel like when that's the first thing it is and you don't even get to know the person, you automatically are placing judgments. You're automatically putting them on a pedestal, and you're probably assuming them to be somebody that they're not. So
Which is then why they're surprised when
when they get to know
wow.
you.
Yeah.
So it's like, how does
Yeah.
Wait,
I
have
mean,
you
dating
guys
app
been on
is-
dating apps before? Have you?
It's been a long time, but I was on dating apps for like I want to say like 2 months when I was in college, and
Yeah.
then I was over it pretty quick.
That's pretty much how it is.
I went on it for one day. I went on Tinder one day. Like it was like literally like a year after I got divorced, and I saw somebody from the Lifetime that I went to, and I was like, okay, well, I'm good. Delete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is not it. This is not my life. I don't know why I felt like I was being desperate.
Right
By-
after the divorce is crazy.
A year.
Oh, okay. I think you said right after.
Like day after.
I was like, bro.
Oh no.
You know, divorce take forever, right?
Yeah,
So sometimes you're already done, but the divorce like finalizes like a year
okay,
later. So don't.
okay.
Because you know people date even when the divorce
When the
is not-
divorce is still
is
being
even
finalized.
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
they're separated.
Yeah.
So calm down. Don't try to make me look bad. I thought you were my friend.
But what were we saying?
No, I forgot.
Dating app.
Just
how you got
rid
how
of
you're
it
on for a
quickly.
date.
Oh yeah, I just felt like I was being desperate. I don't know why. I was like,
I mean, it's not authentic. I mean, it's just like trying to
Exactly, it's just not
Doesn't-
authentic. That's the
no,
whole
but for
thing.
me it's not like that because like
Yeah.
I'm not like I never go into like things like wanting to hook up. I actually want a relationship. I'm looking.
Yeah,
to,
but like just like looking at a dating app is not even authentic. Like you're just trying to find.
yeah, that's not me. Or just like this is so weird. This is not even me because like I like to meet somebody and feel that like, oh my god, do you remember the first time we met? Like, do you remember how you looked at me and how we looked at each other? Like, how we kept looking at each other, we kept looking away. Like those moments are the ones that like make me like, oh, like I remember those days. I can't say that if I see you on a dating app. I'm like, oh, I remember that Wednesday I saw you and I swiped on the.
I saw your mirror selfie.
How
in the
romantic was
bathroom.
that?
I hear people who like meet on dating apps and then they gotta make up how they met because they're like too embarrassed to say they
Oh, yeah.
met on a dating app.
I have friends
I
that
mean-
way.
I mean-
I met my girl on social media, but it's not a dating.
That's-
app,
But you guys knew of each other though before. You knew of
I
each
mean,
other,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's a little different.
Might
Like
as well be
different.
a dating
We just never like connected.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you know, I mean, Instagram in a way is kind of like a dating app, but you know, at least it's not swipe right and left on.
It's like international dating app because
Like-
you,
What?
you can.
Insta?
It's like international dating app because you can find
Oh, for
people from
sure.
like all over the globe.
I mean,